Good morning, Woodies. How's everybody doing today?
Morning, Vietnam.
I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays. This is Detroit Lenny. Welcome to Morning Wood right here on the Max Wagers Network. Everybody file in and like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. And don't forget about our sponsors. These are Sportsbook. Check out the description of the video or download the app and click and add this promo code, and you too could get up to $1,250 in a risk-free first bet. Kind of a big deal. So make it happen.
It's kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal.
All right, so I don't see any face. I just double checked YouTube. Like I know you said you did. I just figured double checked. I don't see nothing from Foxy, which is surprising.
Yeah.
For Old Last Woody, so we think we have a winner for Old Last Woody, which is a $200 pot. I think
Foxy put in a pick yesterday for the regular Woody. So
yes.
How would he not put one for the new one? Why not the old one?
I'm looking up, seeing if there are any on Facebook that maybe.
What's good, Rai?
See, yeah, on Facebook, he does. He's got it on Facebook for what's today?
Thursday, so it'd be Wednesday.
So Wednesday, he does. He's got it on Facebook.
Okay.
He put it. So what he did was he commented new Last Woody in a screenshot, and then replied to that comment like it's all in one comment. But I got you. So okay. It's. I'll look it up here. It's Cali first half. Draw no bet. I don't even know what that even means. I'm not even gonna lie.
I just pop it into Google and call it a day.
All right, that's what I'm going to do.
I should have listened to you about your Tigers yesterday, but my Royals were right. So again, I go 1-1 in the HC. That's what I do.
Yeah, Mets screwed me. Got me out of. No, this is.
They got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here it is.
Here. MLB. I am just still not feeling well, man.
Haven't been feeling well all week.
I know. It's like it's coming. It's hitting me. If I could just make it to the weekend, I'll be okay. Tomorrow I have a spot on Vegas Insider. I'll be on Vegas Insider.
Oh.
So I got to pull it together for that. I got to pull it together. That? It's like I've been using Vegas Insider for a while. I used to use it to get my live odds off of, but Joe Madden works for them now. So
she tweeted me and asked me if I wanted to be on the show. I told her this is my schedule. This is what I do every day. Feel free. Like if you fit me in or whatever, but like I can't miss a show to be on another show because that doesn't pay me no money.
Right.
That's my thing. So she's like, "What's your availability?" And I just told her what got your show in the morning. I got the Power Hour, and then in the afternoon I got whatever that show's called that I do with the twin game time decision. Yeah, that one. I got that thing. So she's like, all right. She said she wasn't in front of her schedule or thing or whatever. So she was gonna look and then get back to me and see what's going on for next week. So I might be the biggest guest to ever grace her show because she just had Joy Taylor on from Fox Sports 1.
Ooh.
I told her.
Well, then I'm in good company.
There you go.
Okay, so Crystal Craig did fall out then.
All right.
Okay, we had a little bit of confusion over who was where. So we have
Foxy and Silkman are still in, though.
Okay, Foxy and Silky.
For last old, unless they both lose.
And then the money. Oh, no, then they still get another shot.
All right, fine. You're no fun.
Okay, guys, so we do have a special guest today who has never been on Morning Wood before. We have the Iceman. It's Jesse Schul. How's it going, friend?
Hey, not bad.
Welcome to the Wood.
Welcome to the Wood.
You're going to have to tell me what goes on at the Wood. I don't know too much about it.
Oh, crap. I just did
some stuff.
What doesn't go on at the Wood, basically?
Yeah, I mean, that's a loaded question right there, my friend. We talk sports and food and
Netflix.
Netflix. our kids, every little bit of
That's
everything.
all in my wheelhouse.
Yeah,
That's all in
right.
my wheelhouse.
So
Yeah,
fit
so
right
figured
in.
you'd fit right in.
What am I trying to
You
find?
drink coffee on morning wood? Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yes, totally okay.
that's acceptable.
Powerade, beet juice, all these things are okay.
Right.
So let's talk a little football since we have you here. We've got the Steelers and the Browns going on tonight. All that money on the Steelers. The line's getting more expensive. Browns -4. The 40.5 goes to a 38.5. Do you have any thoughts on this Thursday night matchup?
You mean the garbage bowl?
Yes, the garbage bowl. That'd be the one.
I don't have a play on tonight's game. It's not my favorite matchup. But I do think that the Steelers are going to turn Mitch Trubisky loose. So I might be inclined to take some player prop bets on Trubisky. I think he's going to need to throw the ball. I don't think they can line up against the Browns and just try to match them with the running game. I think they need to throw the ball, and the Jets had some success doing that last week.
They sure did. Yes, they sure did. When you're handicapping games, I'm really big on line movement right now. It's like I'm trying to nail this down to where I kind of see it as a second nature kind of a thing. When you're handicapping a game, what are some of the main things that you're looking for to let you know whether or not you want to make a play or not?
Well, when you talk about line movement, I have a strict policy. If I miss the boat, I'm out. I'm just out.
The best number.
So if Cleveland opens at -2.5 or -3 and they get bet up a couple points and I like Cleveland, then it's just forget about it. I'm never going to take that game and then lose by a half a point and say, geez, if I just had got in earlier, you know what I mean? So I will never go against the line movement like that. But my handicapping, my process is basically like a giant pros and cons list. So I'll look at, you got different types of handicappers. You got guys that are just all about the stats, real technical guys, situational guys that are into the matchups. I try to study all of that stuff, and I try to tick boxes, and I look for advantages, and I say, okay, well, there's this on this side, you got this advantage for this team, and you start stacking them up. And when it becomes lopsided on one end, then that'll interest me.
So do you, we call it tools in our toolbox, right? Like you've got this tool that you use line movement, then you've got this tool that you use statistics or whatever. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. I don't feel well, Jesse, so I'm sorry. I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, I totally lost it. I'm sorry.
How much do you follow line movement? I follow line movement, but I don't follow line movement. That makes sense. Like sometimes if I just like it, I just like it, and but that's my own.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. Instead of answering your questions, let me take over and I'll start asking you guys questions.
Feel free.
Are you guys believers in the steam and following the sharp money and the indicator that the sharps are on this side, so I got to be on this side with them?
I've been tracking it in my phone. I've been doing screenshots and then tracking the aftermath of it. So like with baseball, and of course it doesn't work every time, but money and tickets are on the over, the line moves under, the under cashes. So like if all the money is in one place and the line doesn't go that way, then I want to be on the other side of it is kind of how I'm doing it. Or if the money and the tickets are on something and the line doesn't move, but like I've been tracking it in my phone and kind of trying to keep up with it all. I've noticed that like money is what moves the lines. What is going on out there? Okay. Money, like I do want to follow the money. It's not right every single time, but I do want to follow the money,
Yeah,
my personal belief is that the sharp versus square divide, I think, is overrepresented. I'm not as big a believer as most people are in that. And the reason being is I'm supposed to be, who's supposed to be sharper than me? You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm selling my picks. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. there's not supposed to be that many guys out there that are sharper than me. So how am I supposed to read into it and go, well, that's the sharp money? And additionally, the sharpest bettors in the world lose 40% of the time at least, right? So, how much do you think they know? It can't be that much.
One thing I I look at too is like if there's 90% of the money on something and the line only moves a little bit, or if there's 50% of the money or 60%, say a lower amount, and the line moves a lot. You know what I mean? Like if it's 90% of the money's here, but it only ticks up a half of a point or ticks down a half of a point, it doesn't make sense to me. Like the amount of money on things and the way it moves lines matters to me too, if that makes sense. Like it's not just about the sharp money moving the line. It's like how much money is on that to move the line. How willing are they to keep taking bets on a certain number before they move it?
I take the stance as a kind of maybe middle it a little if I could. Like I'm a big teaser guy. So for me, if you set that line like tonight, just using this example, Steelers +4, I already add 6 to that because I'm looking at a 6-point teaser. I'm like, all right, I'll get that up to 10. And then, the over-under's at 38. Well, I can get it up to 44. So I'm going to take the Steelers +10 and under 44 and like tonight's game. And that's a teaser that I like. So I kind of do a lot of teasers because I don't think like Vegas, if Vegas was not good at what they do, we would be a lot richer and the strip would be a lot smaller. So Vegas is good at what they do and we aren't that rich and the strip is pretty big. So I try and get kind of in between that. And then at some point in time during a live play, if I can get the Browns +7 as well, now I'm good because I don't think that game's going to end for a touchdown either way. And neither does Vegas because they set that line at 4. So now I might be able to double hit. I might be able to get the Steelers +10 and the Browns +7. And I'm just hypothetically, using that game as an example because it's tonight's game. That's how I kind of do it. As far as football goes, I do that a lot in hockey too. Not necessarily teasers, but I'll look for lines that I can get on one way or the other and kind of try it, especially games that I think are going to end in a one game, one goal game, something like that. Or, in the last 10 minutes, bent the empty netter, take the puck line if you can, because you're looking for an empty netter, take over, something like that. But that's hockey.
So you said you've been doing this for 20 years. How did you get your start and what are your best sports that you like to bet on?
Well, when I was a teenager, I was following a lot of sports betting forums in the early days of the internet, back when handicappers still used 1-800 numbers and this kind of thing.
I remember those days. Preaching
and I actually showed up
phone room answering those calls.
I showed up in Vegas a couple times for a couple meetups. People that were part of these forums would meet up, and we'd stay at the Imperial Palace or the Excalibur. And there was a lot of famous people that would show up to this, and some of them are actually colleagues of ours today. Dan Kaiser was at a couple of these meetups. That's how I met Dan Kaiser. And some of the connections I met at some of those meetups, I met later on in life. And I ended up moving to Thailand in my early 20s, and I was working as an English teacher.
Dan Kaiser.
Yes, so did Dan Kaiser. And one of my connections came and looked me up while I was in Thailand and said, hey, I got a job for you if you're interested. I know you do some writing. I know you're big into the sports betting. And I said, yeah, that sounds great. And that was, almost 20 years ago now. And it's been smooth sailing ever since.
Yeah. Crushing
it.
So
you're still in Thailand now, yeah?
I am currently in Chiang Mai in Thailand right now. Next week I'll be in Malaysia.
Oh, wow. Do you bet on sports
worldwide,
over there?
Allie Burns? Worldwide.
Internationally known. Do you bet on their sports over there?
No. I strictly, I bet on football or soccer. So, but not the Thai the Thai league, I'll bet on the European, International, Champions League, Bundesliga, the European leagues mostly.
Right.
But that's what they bet on. That's your typical Thai person is going to be sitting there watching Premier League football. They're not going to be watching domestic league football as much.
Right.
Okay.
Do we have any feelings on the college football that's happening tonight? West Virginia, Virginia Tech, or Coastal and Georgia State?
Oh, I like Coastal all day.
I don't like that line's not moving.
Okay.
It's sticking out of -2 with all the money on them.
I guess my big play for picks and parlays is on the West Virginia, Virginia Tech game. So I don't want to give out too much about that. That's for sure.
That's fair, because you guys can buy his premium plays over at picksandparlays.net. And don't forget to use the promo code NFL to save 20% when you do it. J-Rock says West Virginia -2.5. Vatek QB is terrible. Just terrible, he says.
I don't hate that. I kind of like, I got 2 teasers. I got the Browns, I'm sorry, the Steelers and the under, like I talked about. And then I also have the Steelers, the under, and Coastal Carolina. So this is a debate we have all the time, because I know we've talked about this, Jesse. You do some teasers. Do you ever tease through 0? Are you okay? Like, I know some people are anti, never do it. Some people don't give a shit. Some people will certain way. Sometimes, like, I don't know.
I don't do that many teasers, and the teasers I do, I tend to limit it to side and total same game.
Mm-hmm.
I want a correlating teaser.
Right.
So, and tonight's game would be an excellent game for that, with the low total, teasing the dog with the under.
Yep.
Potentially would be the type of teaser I would look at.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't mind Coastal and Georgia State under the 63 as well. I don't think it quite gets there. I think it gets higher scoring. So if you were looking like he just said, a correlated teaser in that game, Georgia State plus the points. Tease to, I think they're -2 now. So it'd be like 4, whatever, on a 6-point teaser, and then under 69. So I would tease that way.
I teased Georgia State plus 8.5 and under 68. That's what I did last night when I was looking at the lines.
I just can't get behind Georgia State to do anything in this game. Just
the line's not moving, and 8.5 points. I can live with that.
Yeah. And I could probably both win that game. To be honest with you, it could be a close game.
We can always crisscross.
Yeah.
Can always crisscross. Anything you're looking at in baseball today?
Yeah, I like the Mariners to get off the schneid. They've lost back-to-back games in Oakland. A lot of people have lost a lot of money. A lot of people were backing the Mariners in these last 2 games, and I think the matchup for tonight's game is really favorable. It's not a night game; it's an afternoon game actually. But I do like the Mariners with George Kirby going.
All right, let me look at where the money is on this game. Yeah, what got into the A's, man? What got?
You're going to have to take them on the either on the run line or the run line for the first 5 innings. And probably the run line for the first 5 innings -0.5, -135, given that Kirby has been really light. Kirby has actually been Seattle's best pitcher over the last month, and Adrian Martinez has just been lit up for Oakland.
All the money is on the Mariners, and that line is going the right way. So I don't hate it. I have trust issues with them right now. Trust issues, I say.
That's fair.
No, Silky, I keep saying that. Yes, you are. You guys are both still in. The old last Woody is still going. There is no winner. You see a big flashy sign at the bottom that said Silky Man won.
You didn't win. It's his last Woody was on the Facebook page. Jesse, we do a contest here. It's called what the hell is this thing called? Last Woody Standing.
Last Woody Standing.
last Woody standing is on Monday. It starts every Monday. Everybody gets, you come in and chat. Got to be on the live show. You give one bet, one pick. Juice has to be any bet, any pick you want. Player prop, side total, up, down, sideways, whatever. Can't buy any points. And the juice has to be under -150. That's it. That's the highest you can go. And then and then you just keep picking until it's the last person left. Then that person wins $100. So,
and a t-shirt. Don't forget about the
t-shirt. I'm sorry. And a t-shirt. And a bet win repeat t-shirt, just like that. And
that goes from Monday to Friday?
Yeah, Monday through Friday. And so we actually have 2 people that are carried over from it'll restart on Monday. Every Monday it starts another $100 contest, but the people from the week before got every Monday through Friday they were right. And then what are we on Thursday now? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday they've been right as well. We're down to 2 people. So a guy by the name of Silky Man, this guy right here, and a guy by the name of Foxy, who bets a lot of EPL and some soccer. We got a few guys that actually in this chat that do some soccer. I don't know where she went. I think she lost connection.
It's a real bummer when they have the international break in soccer is for us guys that like to bet on soccer.
Yeah, I got
most of us, I think, prefer to bet on the European leagues.
Yeah, one of the bets, Foxy's on Independent Medellin money line, and another one is Croatia draw no bet. There's some soccer guys in here for sure. Oh, look who decided to come back. What's happening?
I don't know what happened
there. I'm like, what? I mentioned the t-shirt. I'm sorry. It's right here. You win a t-shirt. Looks just like this. It's smaller, probably.
Rye Cape was saying, get Jesse a t-shirt.
We can
get Jesse a t-shirt. We can get you a t-shirt. Do you want me
well,
to
actually, we don't mail t-shirts internationally for winners.
Oh, yeah. We're internationally known, but we're known not to send anything internationally. No. Craig Chat won't send shit overseas.
No, he will not. And that's fair.
Oh, no, yeah. I like the Steelers straight up tonight.
Do you know?
I do. I just do. I think they do turn Mitch Trubisky loose a little bit, like Jesse was alluding to earlier. I think that both these quarterbacks are gonna have to throw the ball a little bit more because Najee Harris has got like a foot lingering issue, but he's still playing. And Nick Chubb really hasn't done a whole hell of a lot. So, look for him to do his thing. And Najee, I mean, you got 2 of the best running backs in the league, so you got to look at it under. And 2 quarterbacks that are a little iffy that are going to throw a lot of incomplete passes. But you find a prop, folks, for tonight's Thursday night game that says each quarterback throws a interception and parlay them things if you can, and then drive your ass to the casino and pick up your cash during the game. That shit is money. I'm telling you, I've been crushing that in certain games. Just bet these assholes to throw a pick because they will.
So Jesse, you mentioned player props. Are you big on the player prop thing?
I am.
Because you're a big soccer guy too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really big into soccer. It's hard to get it all done all at the same time. In the first couple of weeks of football, I try to focus, strictly on the football, and sprinkle in a few of everything else. But once we get going, I'll get more into the props. I'll get more into soccer, and I'm really looking forward to the World Cup. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. I'm very excited for World Cup. Love me some soccer. I'm into La Liga a lot. I wish I could get it in English, but I kind of like that I don't know what's going on, and then all of a sudden you'll hear pelota and you're like, the ball is doing something, I'll pick out words in Spanish that I understand, but it's so exciting to watch them play, so much fun in La Liga. These teams may turn the ball over deep in territory, so points may be scored. Steelers scored 2 offensive touchdowns in 9 quarters. No thanks. So do we roll with our primetime games go under trend?
I like it under.
It's moving under.
Especially when you get into the 30s. Actually, I did a power hour with Craig Trapp Monday, and he had I don't like saying this out loud, but he had a good point. He said that like these prime times, you should follow the trend under this, that, or whatever. But when you see a primetime game and you see it in the 30s, you automatically think under, because I said before earlier, we didn't get these skyscrapers down on Vegas Strip because they were wrong. There's a reason it's at 39, 38, these games.
Right.
And even though it's just begging you to bet the over, just begging you. And Vegas is not giving you free money in the form of a bet. They will give you a free room. They will give you a free meal. Why? Because they want you to stay at the casino and gamble. That's where they make their money. They ain't giving you free money. They'll give you free room. They'll give you free drinks. That's why when you go to a casino in Vegas, you can sit at a slot machine and drink all day for free. Because they'll get you liquored up. They'll give you the room. They'll give you the food, but they're not giving you the bet. So, I
think over the last 20 years, totals under 40 have hit the under at over 70%.
Like an obscene amount of times. Yeah. And we talk all that stuff about the under tonight. This game will probably be in the 60s. That's just my luck. That's just my luck. So as soon as I start bringing up valid points and shit, that's when everything goes downhill.
The Browns let the Jets score 30 plus. Steelers will be all right. Steelers like BTM 10 in most offensive categories, and they can't stop the run. I don't know how they win. Well, they just score the ball more times. That's how you win.
Yeah, so in the great words of John Madden, the team who scores the most points will probably win this game.
There's one thing that John Madden taught us. It was that.
Yeah.
Also, you got to get the ball into the end zone. I don't know why that's my John Madden voice, but it is.
It's so wrong.
So wrong.
Well, by the way, he was
just
not.
Sounds like, well, you got to
he's
get the
not
ball
from Texas.
into the end zone. That's how you score a touchdown.
Now you sound like I don't know what.
I don't even know what bad, but it's the way it comes out of me. I'm a voice.
I don't have to do any voices, do I?
No, you don't. No voices.
I do
are
a lot
required.
of voices, but that's not one of my best ones. Jets scored 14 at the end of that game. That was an illusion. Besides, Flacco at 50 is still better than Trubinsky. Do I play Najee tonight? I have him.
You can't sit him, in my opinion. Like I have him one league. I have Najee Harris and Nick Chubb, and it's I don't want to start either one of them tonight. This game is always traditionally just a slugfest and a dogfight. You're not going to see a lot of points out of it traditionally. So, but I'm just hoping for something out of these running backs, get like at least a touchdown each or something. This game ends up 10-7, something like that. But
I'm against Greg Trapp.
Oh, he's got a good team, surprisingly.
But I have a crack. Like I've already given up. I'm 0-2.
You can't give up on fantasy football at 0-2.
Go home.
No, you can't do that. I'm against my niece's call. I keep looking for my team and I keep forgetting I changed it to my niece's call me Juju. I'm against Ron Mexico. Should be an easy win.
Oh, old Sean Higgs. All right.
Old Sean Higgs. I'm projected to win 35% of the time here. So old Ron Mexico's got a squad, but he's got some questionable characters. I have a lot of Chiefs players.
Says Browns over Steelers. Payam money. All right.
Is that a different kind of money?
It's a whole different kind of money.
That's fair.
Well, heck. Were you big on futures? Jesse, Did you do futures?
Yeah, I did bet on a bunch of season win totals this year. They're all looking pretty good except for the Colts. I was big on the Colts, and we all know what they're looking like.
Yeah, let down. Do you see them bouncing back? Is it something where they just need to get their stuff together, or is this just like we had a bad read on them out the gate?
After seeing them the last 2 weeks, my read, obviously I was way off, and no, I don't have a lot of high hopes for them turning it around, really. I mean, it looks pretty ugly. It doesn't look like Matt Ryan's the guy. It doesn't look like he's going to be the guy that comes in and changes everything for them.
Something is wrong there is on that offense with I get he's I said that from the beginning. I don't think the Colts were hoping Matt Ryan was going to get like from the fountain of youth and drink, and all of a sudden he was going to rewind it back 10 years. But his arm's just not there or whatever. But man, you have one of the best running backs in the league, Jonathan Taylor, and you're not using him. You're not even attempting to use him. So either something's wrong with him that they're not telling us about, or they have just and there she goes again. Or they're just not using him for whatever reason. And I get that they've been down in games, and you can't it's easy to run the ball when you're up 2 touchdowns and you just keep pounding the rock and scoring some garbage yards. But if you're down by 3 touchdowns, you can't do that. You need to score often and early. So I don't know. I was high on Indianapolis at the beginning of the year. I wasn't Super Bowl high on them, but I was a lot higher than this, what they produce now. I don't know if they can get it turned around.
Well, I had them winning the division, and I guess if you look at Tennessee, it's traditionally a 2-horse race, and I had Tennessee going under their season win total, so I was right about Tennessee,
right
so far. But yeah, so the opportunity was there for the Colts, but if Matt Ryan,
go ahead.
If Matt Ryan can't be better than Carson Wentz, then they're going to be in trouble.
Here's the thing. In that division, you're talking Houston, Jacksonville, Colts, Tennessee. Either one of those teams, Colts or the Tennessee Titans, they can still win this division. Let's be clear. It's only week 2. I mean, we're going into week 3. I don't think anybody needs to hit the panic button for that division. Now, Jacksonville at the top of that division at 1-1. So, and then Houston and the Colts, they got that tie. And then Tennessee is probably my most. I didn't expect them to be that good, but I still expected them to be able to like compete for that division, and they're in the bottom of the barrel now. So,
well, you mentioned Jonathan Taylor not being used. Look at Derrick Henry. His numbers look pretty ugly right now, and you really have to wonder, coming off the injury last year, are we going to see that Derrick Henry ever again now?
Yeah, and God, I hope so, because he's a beast. Jags win that division, calling it now. I don't think so. I know Pittman is returning to the Colts, and that will help them. I don't think. I don't think Jacksonville has a shot in hell to win that division, unless the Colts and the Titans implode and continue their week 1 and 2 kind of demise, if you will.
Titans just lost Taylor Lewan, didn't they, for the rest of the year?
Is he gone for the year? I know he went out during the game.
Sounded like a pretty serious injury to me.
That's big. If he's gone for the year, first of all, that's Derrick Henry's right-hand man. I mean, follow him. That's a big. He's a big dude, plowing a big hole for him. So if they lose him, that's big. Let me look at. I'm looking at
it as well.
I'm looking his depth chart up. Taylor Lewan's ESPN has him listed questionable. So to return during Monday's matchup, knee. Oh man, you don't want your big dude. You can't have him. I mean, he's
questionable. Doesn't sound that bad. I had heard it was much worse. I saw an article somewhere saying the Texans or the Titans are afraid that.
Kate says still waiting for confirmation, but it's looking like all year. That's sad.
Yeah.
Titans defense awful. Not a lot of weapons since they gave away AJ Brown. Titans probably last in the division. I don't know if I'll go last. I just holding that spot on. I think Houston Texans have that spot on lockdown. Tennessee will finish somewheres in there. Jacksonville, I'm just not sold on them at all yet. And so that kind of by default, you got to like the Colts win that division. If Jacksonville, maybe give them a run for their money. But if Tennessee's Lawan's out, I don't think Ryan Tannehill is the answer at all. I think the sooner you start going to Malik Willis, the better off you will be, in my opinion. Let him get as many reps as possible, especially if this year is going to be, you just chalking it up where you're not going to compete, then you just kind of let it go at it, So Kate says Lawan still being evaluated. Has nothing reported as of yet, but huge concerns that it will be all year. That's because
that's along the lines of what I was hearing. And yeah, that spells doom for them as far as I'm concerned. I mean, their offensive line's already a mess, even with him in there. Without him, the way Tannehill's regressed the last few years, and like I said, Derrick Henry, as great as he has been, he's is the wear and tear starting to show on him?
He reminds me of the running back from Maurice Jones-Drew, not in size or running to build whatever, but Jacksonville just ran him into the ground. And I think Tennessee is running Derrick Henry into the ground, and you gotta, and once you start, it's like a domino effect. You get a little, one thing happens, one injury turns into two injuries, turns into a lingering injury that just turns into year after year after year. And I hope to God we get Derrick Henry of old form back, just because he was fun to watch. But as of right now, so far, week 2 into the league, or in the season, I don't see him.
Well, when I was writing up the preview for the Titans this year, I did some digging, and I looked at running backs after the age of 28. And you haven't had a running back that old lead the league in rushing for 7 years. And you haven't had a running back that old even finish in the top 5 in the last 5 years. So, the average running back doesn't really produce that later on in their careers after the age of 27. Right. Most of them usually don't produce the way they did when they were in their early 20s.
And I think that's just attributed to what we see. Well, we see the league adapt now, right? We see more and more teams go to that 1-2 running back, like running back committee, with a 1-2 punch kind of thing. And if that's, I see it from my Lions, in being a Lions fan. DeAndre Swift's incredible. He's incredible. But his longevity throughout a 17-week season is a little questionable. You take a little bit of that load. I don't want to call it load management, because I don't want to take anything from the NBA, but that load management, you take a little bit off of that running back 1 position, then you got that running back 2 position that can carry some of that weight, helps you stay on the whole season. Welcome back.
Everything is wrong.
Everything is wrong.
My AC is broken. My internet sucks. I just restarted it, so hopefully it'll be fine now.
You're fine.
I feel good. Everything's wrong.
That's fair. They don't block the run. Yeah. We're just talking about Derrick Henry and his if he's going to be able to sustain all year. Some injuries on that Titans team, and if they're going to come out of that division, that division's a shit show for real. Yeah. Jacksonville, Houston, Indy, and Tennessee. Indy and Tennessee are obviously disappointing after weeks 2. Jacksonville, Houston, right where they expected to be, I guess. Oh, I had a tooth pulled yesterday. It hurts right here.
I have a crack in one of my teeth, and every time I drink beer, it's too cold and it hurts. And you know how I like to drink beer.
Oh, you do like to drink beer.
It's like my favorite thing to drink. Titans also don't have playmakers at wide receiver to open it up. Burke will be good, but gets locked down. And then who? Robert Woods? Shoot, put 9 in the box every down.
I actually liked Robert Woods, though. I thought he was going to come off that injury after not playing last year with what did he play with, the Rams or whatever, the Chargers, somewhere. Rams, I think he was. And then I really thought he could do something in Tennessee. Yeah, put 9 in the box, stop the run, but you gotta play Tom Brady ball, old man Ryan Tannehill. Okay, even though you ain't that old, you got to start playing old man ball, and that goes out to you, Matt Ryan. In Indiana's Colts, take a page out of Tom Brady's book. 3-yard slants. Let these running backs do their job. 5-yard little dink dunk here, there, bang bang boom. Let them do their yards after catch. Yak 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 yak. That's all they want. Instead of trying throwing the ball, 20-yard outs, 10, 15 yards this way, that way, deep ball, outposts, and 30-yard posts. Man, stop that shit. You ain't 22 years old anymore. But this is why I'm not in the NFL. But you never know.
Bill says 88% of the money is on Georgia State. That's sharp money. I may take the under 63 as well. I teased it, Bill. This is what I did. I had teased it under in Georgia State.
Jay Jones, I got you.
Jay Jones.
Brewers.
Are you a big Murphy guy, Jesse, when you play baseball? Or are you a trend person?
Like I said, I like to look at all the trends, but I mean, it depends on what trend we're talking about. You know what I mean? A lot of people use a lot of trends that I sort of shake my head at when, you're going back 10 years and not a single player on either team was the same and this and that. So, I mean, I like to find myself some trends and then ask myself, how valid are those trends? Why should I believe that particular trend applies to this game?
Right.
And make the case.
For me, I do like, if a team is winning 5 in a row in baseball, I don't like to get in front of that and say they're going to lose today. Or if they've lost 5 in a row, I don't like to get in front of it and say, okay, today they win. I kind of like.
I'm not a guy that steps in front of trends like that. If that's the kind of trends you're talking about, like a pitcher that's won 10 straight starts, I'm not going to say, oh, he's due for a loss, I'm going to bet against him. No.
Right. Just let them keep doing what they're doing. Tannehill moves back to his college days of tight end and put Willis in.
I don't think it's going to matter if the offensive line can't give him any time. I mean, Willis, I guess, can run around at least.
He can run around, yeah. But, I mean, now he's running for his life.
Yeah.
And then you get a Trey Lance situation.
Rookie, and he's going to make some horrible mistakes. It'll be a pick fest, There's no.
Yeah, he's totally going to roll outside, just panic and throw off his wrong foot backwards, the other side of the field, opposite side of the body, some kind of, roll right, throw left, on the run, bang, like that. It's going to be all bad. But, I mean, give him the experience if you're writing the season off. But that's probably more like 6 weeks from now.
Fair. All right. Well,
there is one thing interesting we could talk about in baseball, though.
Mm-hmm.
Jose Urena is scheduled to start for Colorado today. And I don't know if you guys are really familiar with Urena.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a gas can. He's been lit up the majority of the time this year. So he has been a fade for me. And I was looking at today's game, and I didn't pull the trigger on it because it was a day game instead of a night game. The wind was blowing in. It wasn't the perfect storm that I was looking for. But Urena has he's struggled. So he has been a pitcher that I have liked to go against this year.
Well, and those Giants have been hitting, and that line's. I love when a dog moves to a favorite, and that's what happened here. The 11.5 went to an 11, but as far as betting on the Giants, they have been hitting lately. And if you got a gas can on the mound, then I don't know why that wouldn't continue. Nick is the king. Nick Parsons. Razor Sharp Gamblers first glance. The Tampa Bay Rays today. Razor Sharp cashed his GFG yesterday, so good job on that one, Razor Sharp.
I don't hate the Rays today against the Blue Jays. I can't say a dude's name on the mound. JT Joyce for the Rays or whatever. And then Barrios on the mound for Blue Jays. I'm not a fan of Barrios, so.
Charjois? I don't know.
I don't know Charge.
The line's going the wrong way. It's a reverse line movement toward the Rays. So that would be the play as far as the money is concerned.
I would take them plus some plus money. Oh, security's in the house.
Everybody hit that like button. He has not been great. Well, is he Barrios on the road?
I mean, he's 2-0 with a 2.76 ERA.
All right.
You know.
Well, I am just about ready to get things wrapped up. If you guys have not already checked out Caesars Sportsbook, check it out. Download that app onto your phone and then use this promo code WOODFUL. It is going to get you hooked up to $1,250 in a risk-free first bet. If you don't win, you get 100% of that money put back into your account, and you get 100 reward credits and 1,000 reward credits and 1,000 tier credits added to your account. Or just check out the description of this video and click on that link. It will take you right there. If you're looking for Jesse's premium plays, you can find him over at picksandparlays.net. Use the promo code NFL. That is going to save you 20% off whatever you get. Jesse, yesterday on the site, you were number 3. Actually, you're tied for second yesterday. Over the last 7 days, you are 12-4, up $745. Number 2 on our hottest cappers list. Number 4 over the last 30 days, and number 5 for all of 2022. So you're kind of crushing things over at the site. So keep up the good work. Again, use that promo code NFL to save 20% off whatever you buy from Jesse. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. Sorry, we're kind of like dragging, or I'm dragging a little bit.
All right. We're going to pick it up again on the Power Hour.
Yes. Yeah, we'll be
Power Hour.
Power up for the Power Hour. I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to need a couple more cups of coffee before Power Hour.
That's okay. I got you going first, so we can get you in and out. So you can go to bed there in Thailand.
Power on.
What time is it now there in Thailand? What's the?
It is 1 o'clock. It's going to be 10 to 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
Oh, that's an early night for us.
I don't know how you do it. All right, guys. Thank everybody for joining us today. If you didn't get your last Woody standing pick in, put it in the comments of this video or pop it in our Morningwood Facebook page. Tate the Great says Brissett under 31.5 yards, longest completion, script going towards a run game with the weather. Almost switched my last Woody to this.
Ooh.
All right, so that's what we're doing. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Good luck to everyone, unless you're against Lenny.
This is a true story.